Hey workout partners, now that we have the bottom part of the machine done of your Flexicon, let's build up. And we want to start first with our left and right uprights, which are these pieces down here. This one, you'll know which piece you have. So this is the left one because you can see that the C-ring, we want that on the inside of that. And then also you can see that the pop pin is on the outside. Now before I put that on the base frame, I'm gonna get some of my B bolts. Those are the small guys, each one with a washer. And really easy, set your left upright on top of the base. And you'll see that the holes line up, it's towards the back. Really simple, just finger tighten, thread those in. And here's the third, there are 4 of these. Good, and then let's put in the 4th. Once again, if you have to pause the video you can, or if I'm going too slow for you, just speed it up. All right, so we have some movement, I want that. Let's go for the other side. Stay right there. Let me grab 4 more of my B bolts. Again, this is my right upright, goes on top of the 4 holes, line them up, and finger tighten. When I first put the machines together, starting with the very first generation, we're on like generation 6, I tightened everything up as I was going along. The problem is that if you do that, you can't connect everything. The point of what we do here, why the machine is so solid, is because you connect everything, and then when you tighten it down, it becomes really strong. There we go, so the right and left are on. And now we're gonna start building the brackets for the right side and the right upright. And so to do that, we're gonna grab our support tube, and this is the wrong side. Okay, this is the right support tube. And they only can go on one way, so if you grab the wrong one. But this is how it goes on. You'll see that it has a bottom plate that aligns with the 4 holes on your base plate. And what you do is you put this here and put it around, and just put it into place right there. It shouldn't move. Put it around right there. And then what we want to do is we want to have one of these connector brackets, looks like a J connector bracket. And so what that's going to do is that's going to go around as well. So to connect this, we want to do the bottom first. So the first thing we're going to do is take one of our A bolts, and your A bolts there are these rounded washers, and you need that to kind of contour with the piece, your upright. So I'm going to put the connector bracket around, and then the long way, I'm going to go through, let me line it up, there we go. So I'm going from the back to the front. And so right there, I had to raise the support tube so that all the holes were lined up. Now, let's put that on. And you have to turn, you'll see that it'll contour. See that? That washer, okay? And now we want to grab one of our I bolts. Not an I bolt, but it's letter I bolt. And we're going from the outside in. Again, let's see if the holes are lined up. Having everything finger tightened makes it so much easier. And what we've done now, we're gonna do it on the other side as well, onto the left side, is that we created this little pocket here for your main arm assembly. It'll sit right on top of that. So let's get the support bracket. I'll grab everything that I need. Support bracket, I need one of my A bolts. No, that wasn't A. Oh, D, I'm sorry, D. My piece of paper turned. I kept it there, so all right. So, all right. And then we want to get one of our support brackets, or J support brackets, and we also want to get another one of the I bolts. All right, same thing goes. Line it up. Get your C-ring out of the way. Goes here. Let's start with our D-bolt. Okay. Bracket goes around. We want to line up the holes. And I'm gonna have to move this up a little bit. That's why we don't, right there is why we don't bolt it down. There we go. Curved washer goes on, contours with the tube, and tighten that one. Next, with our eye bolt coming from the outside in. Like I said, I didn't make all these mistakes so that you guys don't have to make them and be frustrated. But like I said, when you didn't finger tighten them, boy, I had to wash my own mouth out with soap because I was not a happy camper. All right, so now that we have this done, that's great. Look at that, we're making our way up. We're not gonna bolt these until at the end, which is the plate on your right and left support tube. But now we're gonna put on our main arm assembly. And this is my right main arm assembly. I've got the pegs on the outside. I have the bracket for the side arms, and I have the C-ring on the outside. And your pull for your pin is on the outside. So I'm gonna lift that up. I kind of like to balance it on my shoulder. Come over here, I wanna show you how we do this. You take the top, and remember I told you there was a pocket for your upper arm assembly? That's what we're gonna do here. See, slid right in. Let's get the other one. So, pegs are gonna go on the outside, right? Okay, come on over. Line up the top and the bottom. Goes right into that pocket. Yep, that's how we do it. And now we have our cross member. So now that this is in, we can actually, let's put the additional bolts in on the left and the right. So we do have our D bolts and our I bolts again. While everything's easily moving, we want to put these in. So let me see how we're lined up. Oh, pretty good. For our D, look at that. Right in. So we were ready to launch the machines months ago. You might be watching this some other time, but we were ready to launch it at one point, and I had sent a machine to an influencer who reviews equipment. He said, come on, don't you have anything? And I go, I don't want to send it, it's a prototype. Go on, come on, just send it. I was like, okay. Now we're doing our eye bolts, remember, from the outside in, and you may have to rock it a little bit so that the holes align. There you go. Again, the purpose why we hand tighten everything. Okay, so that goes there. Good, let's get the other side. And so I sent it to him, and it was such a blessing that I sent it to him because it took him 2 hours to put it together, and he couldn't finish putting it together because things didn't line up. And we really had to go back to the drawing board and fix everything that was wrong. Remember, we just took our D bolt, and now we have the curved washer, and we're putting on the nut that goes on the end. Good. And now from the outside in, again, the last one of the eye bolt. Good. This is lined up really nice. Boom. Just like the yoga instructor in couples retreat. Boom. There we go. Good. Now we have our cross member, our middle cross member, and that's going to be this piece over here. Really doesn't matter which way, it's the same both ways if you were to turn it upside down. But we have to use our B bolts again. I'm just going to grab some in my hand. If you come around here, I'll show you what we're going to do. It lines up. So you have 4 holes on your bracket for your cross member, and those align with holes on the main arm assembly. Again, finger tighten. A little clumsy, hold on. Here we go, no, come on, thread. So hold that bracket while you're doing that. Once you get one in on one side and one in on the other side, it goes a lot faster, but look, everything's not lined up, right? That's why we don't tighten everything all the way, so that we have the option. Put some of these in my pocket. We have the option to manipulate all the pieces so that it lines up. There we go. That's 2, there are a total of 8. A couple more in here. Line it up, lift it if you have to. Good. Finger tighten as much as you can, makes it easier when we're tightening. And how many do I have left? I think I have 3. Each of these, remember, every time we use the B-bolts, you want to have a washer. I'm missing a washer for one of mine, just from doing it so many times. Come over here. Make sure I'm lined up. Oh, go a little higher. Here we go. Start threading. Go with the bottom one. Okay, thread that. Good. And I really wanted to do this with you guys, like I said, because you'll see that, you know, there's a little bit of elbow grease needed to put this bad boy together. And it's not just you. I want you to see where I might have hit some snags. But overall, pretty frustration-free. Okay, so finger tightening all of these. Now, we have to go down to the support, right and left. Supports. The right and left support tubes, remember that's these right here. Remember that we haven't put the bolts in yet, and we were gonna wait until this point right here. So there you go, let's line it up. Finger tighten as much as possible. Good, other side. Pause the video if necessary, and then jump back in. Okay. And now let's go get the other side. And soon, very soon, what we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten up everything starting from the bottom going up. All right. Look, it's coming alive. It's alive! All right, keep going. Let's get these in. Right and left support tube. Call those stabilizer arms, stabilizer tubes as well. It's one of the things that prevents the machine from really buckling or being able to handle ridiculous amounts of tension. Okay, so there we go. Now, like I said, we're gonna start from the bottom, going up. Let's start out first. Let me make sure I have the right sized. I do, okay. So we're gonna do our support tube. We're also gonna do our upright, which is the bottom of the tower. Let's get both of those first, and let's go on both sides. So I'm on the right side. Whoop, that tightens nice. I can tighten a little further, finger tighten. This is, and you'll see that I'm rushing, and that's a great way to smash your knuckles. Don't do that. Okay, that's 4. Now let's come over here. Tighten them as much as you can with your fingers, makes it faster. Okay. Good. Oh, okay. There's 3. Let me come around. There's 4. All right, let's get the same on the other side. Bottom plate of the left support tube. Just watch me again. Almost hit my knuckles. Okay. And Take your time. This should be a pleasurable experience. It shouldn't be that we're rushing and frustrated. So let me tighten these again. I'm going to tighten as much as I can. Back to our left upright, tightening the base there. You guys with me? How you doing? And I hope you're getting excited because your Flexicon is taking shape. Awesome. Good. Let's keep going, shall we? All right, so now we want to tighten for that whole joining bracket that we put together. You're going to need a wrench and you're going to need your ratchet wrench. One wrench has to hold the bolt or hold the nut while the other turns the bolt. So I typically do that with, let me make sure this is the right size. It is. So I put my, you guys have a different wrench, but I put my wrench over the nut and then I tighten. Remember, those washers are curved, so let's make sure that, yep, they're lining up with the curvature of the metal. Okay, there's one. While we're here, let's do the other. Debolt. Tighten that up. That, see that? Rushing and potentially getting hurt. Okay, so take your time. Now we're gonna do, oh, that's the wrong side. So let's do, because I have the two different sizes, but I'll stay on this side. Okay, let me switch it up. Again, you guys have less frustration than I do. Okay, and there. Actually, I would do it the other way. I should have done it that way, okay. I like to tighten it from the inside because I have more room to kind of swing the ratchet wrench, right? Tighten, 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 take your time, take your time. I don't want any bloody knuckles, good. Tighten, other side. Good. That's it. Okay. Tighten. Okay. Now going with over here. So we have more room on the inside. Going with D on the inside. I'm sorry, these were the eye. I did the eye bolt first. I'll do those first, and then I'll do the longer ones with the curved washers next. Doesn't matter what order you tighten them in. That's it. It's tight. Good. And now, I want to make sure that these washers, I've used them so many times. Hold on. You might have to back out of it just a little bit to line up the washers. There, that's aligned. Switch it around. Good. Let's tighten. Tighten. Okay. And then the last one. See? Too fast. I'm in a hurry. Take your time. Should be fun as this comes alive. Good. Tight. Yep, get that nice and tight. All right, so now let's go into our cross member. Remember there was this piece here, and we have to tighten those bolts as well. So 8 of them. There's one. Let me see if I can finger tighten these. Yep, that'll save you time. Finger tighten. This is your second workout. Your first workout was taking everything out of the box. Second workout was assembly. Your third workout will be the actual workout. It's starting to get a lot more solid. Love it. Good. Over to the other side. Okay, that's one. 2. Oh, I'm missing one. Please tell me that's lined up. Please tell me that'll line up. Oh, thank goodness. Tighten it, like I said, you tighten it beforehand, you run that risk. Okay, let's tighten this one down here. Ooh. And the last one here. I want to show you guys something, and these are how I made some of the changes for this machine. See how close the ratchet, it's kind of on an angle because the bolt isn't far enough away. Little stuff like that where I would put it together, I would then contact the factory and say, move the bolts out to the edges so that I can at least get the ratchet wrench in easier. Look at that. Definitely moving along here, right? So we're gonna end this part right here. The next segment, we're gonna go with the other cross members, one that holds and has a bracket for the bench to hang on it, and the other one is at the very top. So we'll see you guys then.